Hey guys, welcome back to Once Over Wrestling. My name is Doc. This is my wife, Kaz, and we're back to talk about Raw. We're gonna give you guys a once over of everything that happened on Raw. We're gonna do it real quick before we get to it. If you guys could hit the subscribe button, the like button, the notification button, and the share button, share it with a friend. We'd love to hear what you thought about Raw. You could leave a comment on this video, or you could check us out on Twitter. I'll leave links to our Twitters in the description. So Raw, let's talk about it.
Yeah. It starts with everybody standing on ladders.
Yes.
The 4 men and 4 women who are going to be in the Money in the Bank match are all standing on ladders talking about who's going to win, and I'm going to win, and you're not going to win, and my tag team partner's going to win. And
I never like when they, well, not never. There are certain things that have happened in the past when they do this that is kind of funny. But generally, I'm not a big fan of this. There was really only one thing that really bothered me in this segment, and it's when Braun and Alexa was like, I know who's going to win. It's my Mix-Max tag team partner, Braun. And Braun went from like, somebody's going to get these hands, to like, and it's like, come on, man.
Either be a monster or don't be a monster.
Yeah.
You can't be a monster in love.
Apparently not. I mean, that's going to be, I don't know why people haven't, like, that's his kryptonite, right? If you're Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and Bobby Roode, who, spoiler alert, that's the main event, is a fatal 4-way, they should have just brought Alexa out so he could be like,
all distracted. That would have been a good idea, actually.
Hi, Alexa.
Well, after all the talk stuff, there's a fatal 4-way between Alexa, Sasha, Ember, and Natty.
Really long match.
Lots of commercials.
Lots, yeah.
So many. Not good.
Not a great match, no. Ember Moon was the best part of this match.
She was the best part.
There are a couple really scary spots where Sasha just dumped herself off of the turnbuckle outside the ring, and then Ember hit a suicide dive through the bottom and through the middle and bottom rope and just destroyed Sasha.
Right into the barricade.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
Eventually, Alexa taps out to Natty,
yes.
Sharpshooter. Eventually, because it was long.
Yeah.
And then backstage, we have Kevin Owens sharing a bowl of olives with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have an olive branch, but he had olives.
Yeah.
And basically throughout the night, he talks to Finn and he talks to
Bobby Roode
about how tonight with the Fatal 4-Way they need to team up and go against Braun, get him to the point where he won't be able to compete in Money in the Bank. So he propositions Finn with this first. And then what? We have the Fashion Police versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre.
Ziggentire.
Yeah. I call him Driggler. Drew and Ziggler.
Yeah.
Driggler.
Ziggentire.
Mm-hmm. It was not a long match. It was, and clearly they win with a zigzag claymore.
Yeah.
A zigmore.
A zigmore.
Or a clayzag. Just don't want to have to say all the words.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And then they talk about how great they are afterwards. Roman is talking to, is that Charlie? Is that her name?
I don't know. I think I missed this part.
You did. She's got the hair to here.
But yeah, that's probably Charlie.
Yeah. Roman talks to her about Ginger and how he's mad because he doesn't have a Money in the Bank opportunity.
Aww.
Ginger comes to the ring. He then talks about Roman. Roman comes out and is basically Ginger's saying he wants a match now. Mm-hmm. But when he says, I never said I wanted the match with me.
Yeah.
Your match tonight is going to be with the great, and everybody's expecting the great Khali, but it's the great Sunil Singh.
Oh, boy.
So Jinder has a match with Sunil, which obviously is 2 seconds long, and he, gets him out immediately. But then Jinder then attacks Roman afterwards with a Colossus. And
yeah. Well, there you go.
B team.
Yes. Heath Slater and Rhino are in the ring already. B team comes out. They have a really short match. And Curtis Axel gets the pin. And while they're celebrating, Matt and Bray show up on the Titantron, and then Bray looks in the camera, gets right up in the camera, and says, "We're here," and then everything goes black, and then the lights come back on, and they're out on the ramp, because magic. And they essentially just say that they're going to, they were going to eat and delete them. Matt Hardy calls them ants. We will eat and delete you. And that's it.
All right. Elias.
Yeah, so this was kind of weird. Elias, they have a backstage segment with Elias, and he essentially says something about how he's not used to playing in such a garbage town like Little Rock. And then they cut to commercial. And then when they come back, he's in the ring, and he's playing his song, cutting a promo on the crowd. He eventually shows off a custom-made guitar that he got from John Mayer because they're really good friends. Mm-hmm. And as he's about to, sing, Seth Rollins' music hits. He runs down to the ring and dumps Elias out of the ring. So then he cuts a promo and says, "Hey, I actually really like you. You got all this. You got the songs and the thing, the whole shtick. I love it all." And he goes, "But you don't have this guitar." And he points to the custom-made John Mayer guitar. And he says that he'll auction it off for charity, but then he instead lays it down in the middle of the ring while the crowd chants "Burn it down." Mm-hmm. He runs off the ropes and hits a curb stomp, or the stomp, onto his brand new custom guitar.
Yes, he smashes the guitar, and Elias is sad.
Yep.
That was that, right?
Huh?
That was that.
Yep.
Then with that.
That was that.
With that. We have the next segment backstage with Kevin Owens talking to Bobby Roode about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then we have a Bayley versus Ruby Riott match.
Not very interesting.
No, and Ruby Riott wins.
Yeah.
This match.
Yeah.
And then we have the Ronda and
you wrote down "Shut up, Coachman." I said "Shut up, Coachman" a lot last night.
Yeah, you say it often. I hear "Shut up, Coachman" frequently. So "Shut up, Coachman" is out there with Ronda and Nia come out, and they sit in their leather chairs and they talk about their fight coming up, and then they eventually get up and fight, and Ronda
taps.
Nia taps because Ronda gets an armbar.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Which
there wasn't a match. The weird thing is that they get up and it's like a scuffle. It's not a match, but Ronda gets an armbar eventually onto Nia, and Nia taps, right?
And then
the bell rings, and it's like, what are you guys doing?
Why are we ringing the bell? That wasn't a thing.
It's like the guy who runs that sound, because it's not a real bell, I don't think. Like the guy who has the bell sound app on his phone kind of nodded off for a second, and then everyone started cheering, and
he was like, "Oh,
ding ding ding,
bell." So after that, No Way Jose comes out to fight Curt Hawkins. Curt Hawkins' music plays. He doesn't come to the ring. They play it again. He doesn't come to the ring. So the ref starts the count out, and everybody's counting out. They get to 10, and then Curt Hawkins loses. Well, shortly before they finish the count out, Curt Hawkins comes up behind him. He was in the conga line.
Oh boy, yeah, that's right. I remember this now.
And attacks No Way Jose, who immediately turns around and attacks him back, and then pins him, and No Way Jose wins. So we're at 201 losses.
For
Curt Hawkins.
I wonder how they're going to break that streak. If they're going to break that streak. I know.
Yeah.
Better be good.
Yeah. Finn and Bobby talk backstage about how they're going to keep an eye on Kevin Owens, but keep an eye on each other as well. They're kind of in agreement.
Is this the one where at one point, and I may be jumping the gun here, they're backstage talking, and it's Finn and Bobby are talking, but then Kevin Owens comes up, and is trying to convince them,
right?
And then Braun comes up behind him. He's like, "Hey, I got a good idea. "You guys should all three team up against me," and then walks away.
If that happened,
yeah,
I'm sure that's when that happened.
Yeah.
I did not see that part. I
Yeah,
must have
it was
turned my
pretty
back
funny.
for a minute. And then there's a Sami interview with.
Oh man, yeah. So Sami is down at the entrance ramp because during the right before the commercial break, you see all of the stagehands bringing out all this obstacle course stuff, and so this all ties back to last week when Sami said that he didn't think that Bobby was actually in the army. He didn't actually serve, and so he's going to make him run an obstacle course, like a military-style obstacle course. So Sami is up at the top of the ramp. He's cutting a promo on him, and he says that he's going to show everyone that Bobby didn't serve because he did the obstacle course beforehand, and he did it in a minute. He said it usually takes 2 minutes, but he did it in a minute and a half. And he's going to do the obstacle course faster than Bobby. So Bobby comes out, and there's this great part where Sami doesn't want to like get near to see, because they're going to do like a coin toss to see who does the obstacle course first. And Renee Young has a coin, and she's like, "You don't want to come up and see the result?" And he's like, "No, lest we all forget what happened the last time I got too close to Bobby." And so he goes, I trust you to be honest and impartial and to give a whatever. And so she flips the coin. Bobby Lashley has to go first. So Bobby, everybody's cheering for him. He goes through, he like picks up there's like a tire flip. He does that. He runs through the whole obstacle course, gets to the very end. The last thing is like a rope climb. He gets to the top, and he's about to hit it. And the timer's at like 40 seconds. Like he's blasted through this whole thing. And so as he's finishing it, Sami attacks him, hits him with a haluva kick. And so, yeah, I don't know. People don't like this stuff. And I'm not saying it's the best stuff in the world, but Sami Zayn is a genius. He is the best actor in the WWE.
In the WWE. Right.
By far. He's amazing.
Acting is not a lot of their strong suits, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Fatal 4-way. Finn, Kevin Owens, Bobby, Braun.
Yes. So that's the main event. It's really what you would expect it to be. It's everybody trying to knock Braun down. They eventually at one point take it outside the ring. They take it up the ramp, and the three guys are working together. They get Braun onto the announce table. Kevin Owens grabs one of the ladders, pulls it over, hits a frog splash like off of the top of the ladder onto the announce table. Then those three get to go down to the ring and have a match. Eventually, Braun gets back up. The other thing was that every single one of those guys hit their finisher on Braun. The coup de grace, the glorious DDT, and the frog splash. Kevin Owens went to pin him, and Braun kicked out. And so Braun is able to hit a running power slam on Kevin Owens onto a ladder, and then get the win.
So Braun won.
Yep. So there you go. That's Raw. That is all of the show. That's a good once over. How many pancakes are you going to give this one?
2.
Yeah, I think that's a good rating. It's almost average.
Almost.
Almost there. I think it really comes down to the slow women's matches for me.
They're terrible.
It was.
I really want to like the women's matches.
And it wasn't even that they were like really super terrible. They were just boring.
Yeah.
So, anyways, well, thanks for joining us, guys. Again, if you guys could hit the subscribe button, like button, notification button, and the share button. Check us out on Twitter. I'll leave links to the description. Unless you have anything else. All right, we will see you for SmackDown.